Monday morning here in Australia. Woohoo! It is the future if you're watching from the past. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I am warming the car up, shaking my juice up because it's still all on the bottom. So I use green powder. So Kathleen, if you're watching this in the rerun, I will send you a photo. Yes, I was meaning to send you a photo. It's just a green powder I get from the health food shop. Apparently been around for a long time. There's a lot of, on brand ones like AG1 and stuff like that all the influencers have. I don't use that one. I haven't tried that one, but hey Deb, how you going? So I'm just shaking up my green juice. It's still got a bit of stuff down the bottom there. Gotta get in. How are you anyway, Deb? It is Monday here, Deb. It is 6:08 a.m. and the sunrise is supposed to be at 6:08 a.m. And I've got a 5-minute drive. The car is still warming up. Let me see if I can show you a bit of the sunrise happening. You can see the glow, right? The glow. The glow. The glow. The sky is glowing. Anyway, you're fine, that's good. Have you used your rebounder? Have you spoke to your doctor about using your rebounder? Whew. It is 13 degrees this morning. 13 degrees. Hey Deb, I've got a waterproof pouch that I'm using for my battery pack and my keys today. I'm sick of my keys getting wet and dirty. Okay, the car's warmed up. I'm going to put you down. Putting you down. Open the moonroof for you. Oh, it's all right, let's go. So we've got a 5-minute drive. Five-minute drive. And then we're going to see the sunrise. Sun rising. That's what we'll do. We'll see the sun rising. And we will start our day. Start our week. Got to say, I have to start my day earlier and earlier just to get to the beach in time to see the sunrise. Already going to be late for the sunrise. Only because I can't be waking up that early. I've got to sleep, right? Girl's got to get her beauty sleep, right? And yeah, obviously we're coming into summer, or we're coming into spring. It is the 23rd? Is it? Yeah, the 23rd of August. Oh my gosh, it's 23rd of August. So 1st of September here in Australia is spring. So spring is definitely in the air. There's a spring in my step even. I just love when the weather warms up. Keep on drinking my green juice, right? Yeah, so look, our winter in southeast Queensland where I live, I'm like 30 kilometres away from the Brisbane, which is the capital of Queensland. And Queensland is called the sunny state. So all our number plates have our number plate numbers, naturally. And then on the bottom of it, it has written Queensland, the sunny state. Because we are the sunny state. I do a live in the last 2 months, I guess, about 3 or 4 times a week from the beach. And I reckon it's been 1 or 2 times it's been raining. So the chances of rain are very less here, put it that way. Obviously, if you lived where my mum lives, up in the mountain kind of thing, it's a little bit more colder, obviously, and a bit more rainier. But where I live down by the beach, a place called Redcliffe Peninsula, it's nice. It's very, very nice. It's not the Gold Coast. When people think of Australia, they think Bondi Beach, Gold Coast, bikini girls. So my beach is not like that. And it's good that it's not like that, because if it was like that, I wouldn't be able to afford to live here. Because The Gold Coast is so expensive to live. I love the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast have got some beautiful, beautiful beaches. One day soon, we will do a little weekend adventure or a midweek adventure down the Gold Coast, and we'll do a live from the beach at sunrise. Maybe not sunrise because it's just too hard to catch sunrise. Honestly, I just have to get up really early. My alarm was set already to 5:45. That's early, guys. I like to sleep in a little bit. So if people are in the chat, we are like 3 minutes away from seeing the sun rise. And I'll tell you what I'm looking at right now. I can see the glow. Oh my gosh, we're gonna see a sunrise. Guys, you're gonna be rewarded, okay? Rewarded. This is the sunrise of your future if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you're early like me, good on you for waking up early. But I think, guys, we are going to get a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Yay. Okay, put my green juicer in my hand. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We are just in time, guys. It has risen, but it is glorious. It's glorious. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Okay. Let's get a park. Calm down, Dora. Calm down. Watch the road, Dora. Watch the road. The sunrise is important, but you know what? Being safe on the road is more important. Just saying. There is more people down the beach this morning than normal. It is actually quite busy down here today. All right. Let me first show you. Oh my gosh, guys. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Let's turn the light off. Okay, ready? Look at that. Look at that. Dragon globe. Oh, hello, dragon globe. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Okay, we're just gonna get our keys, our green juice, our tripod. Look at the glow in the car. That's cool. Oh, right. Oh, look at that, guys. She's glorious. She's glorious. Oh, look at the beach is really flat today too. Like the tide looks like it's just gone down. And look, there's actually really interesting today. We've got a lot of seagrass here. Normally the seagrass is down the end. That's weird. All right. You know the drill, guys. I'm going to do a jumping for joy because it's joyful, right? And it's like what I do. This is my channel. So if you want to watch, you can watch. If you don't, bye-bye. The sunrise is between my legs. Oh, hello. If you're still there, hello, I'm Dora. That was a jumping for joy because, yeah, life should be joyful, right? I jump when I'm happy, I jump when I'm sad, I jump when I want to actually. Because why did we stop jumping as kids? Like, kids just jump for joy, they skip, they run, they make sandcastles, they make mud pies, they have all the fun. Why did us as adults lose our joy? I mean, I know adulting can be, suck sometimes. But, we all got to pay taxes. We're all going to die. Why don't we fill those days in between with something fun? And that's where my jumping for joy came from. It fills my soul. Anyway, let's look at the sunrise. Let's look at the sunrise. Hey, Candace. Hello. How you going? It's 3:16 p.m. Now, I think you're in Arkansas, aren't you? You're in the state of Arkansas, aren't you, Candace? Well, Candace, this is 6:17 a.m. in Australia, southeast Queensland. It's 22:17, almost midnight for January pasta. Are you in the UK? January? Or in Europe? Oh, you're from South Africa. Ah, hello. Welcome from South Africa. Hi, Sammy, if you're still there. Mike, how you going, buddy? Mike, how's the sunrise, hey? How's that rate? Okay, so Deb said she spoke to her doctor and she's putting together her rebounder. So I recently just bought a rebounder, one of those mini trampolines, and they're so much fun, guys. Oh, I reckon it's like being a kid, jumping on it, bouncing up and down. Oh, love it, love it. Anyway, my God, that sunrise is, okay, let's turn around this way. It's much better this way. I've just got to drink my juice. And then we're going to go for a walk. So the only decisions we have this morning is, do we go left? Do we go right? We can't go straight because we're not going for a swim. We're not dressed for that today. And it would be a little cold, I'm going to be honest. There are swimmers. We will see swimmers. They all start down here somewhere. And they've got wetsuits and they have the little floaty that they float in behind them so that boats can't hit them. Hey, Mike, there's a fishing boat out here. So Mike Adventure Sparks is my fishing buddy from Minnesota. That's why I'm showing him the fishing boat because, not that he can see anything there, but, Ooh, look at that, guys. Look at that. When I see sunrises, I see hope. I'm curious, what do you guys see when you see sunrises? Oh, Mike, you love seeing this. I need to find somewhere to watch the sunrise. You do, buddy. And when Candace sees that, she says, "Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun." How's that song go? It's the Beatles song, right? I'm not even going to try to sing, guys. That'll just ruin it. So, Mike, what time does the sun rise at the moment? Can you Google that? Because I've got to be honest, here in summer, it's like 4:30 a.m. in the morning. It's ridiculously early. New beginnings, yeah. Honestly, I see new beginnings, new hope, new chances, new day, new you, new vibe, new attitude. But more than anything, yeah, you're right. Totally new hope, new beginning. Whatever happened yesterday is finished. It might have hurt you. It might have broke your heart. But it's finished. That was yesterday. Today's today, right? I mean, some things can't be forgiven. But I think... I can't talk. I hold on to stuff sometimes too. But if I can learn anything from the sun, it goes down and goes up, right? Nothing stops it, right? So I guess it's kind of like life. Nothing stops it. It just keeps on going. What you do in between those sunrises and sunsets is up to you. But you know, something's guaranteed there, that the sun is going to rise. But not everyone rises too, right? That's another thing to be grateful for, right? Like, not everyone wakes up. And that's a fact. So in Minnesota, the sun rises at 6:30, as now each day it gets shorter. So even in summer, it rises that early? I mean, that late? Oh my gosh. So you're already at work 6 a.m. before the sunrise comes up. Well, this is interesting, Mike, because see, we're winter here, right? So the winter, like when I first started doing these lives from the beach, the sun rises at 6:45, right? In the middle of winter. So I get to sleep in and then get to the beach, right? Now it is 6:08. It said the sun rises. So the sooner the closer we get to summer, it gets later and it gets earlier and earlier. So I find that really hard to believe, Mike, that your sun, even in summer, is rising at that late. Wow. Ah, because you're further north. Ah, yeah, okay. Right. Well, I'm definitely learning something here. So Candace is saying that my daughter and I are enjoying your sunrise. It's 3:24 p.m. Well, I'm glad. Say hello to your daughter, Candace. What's her name? Oh, in winter, we only have 4.5 to 5 hours sunlight. Oh my goodness. That is horrible. I mean, I don't know. I can't function, man. I need the sunlight. Yeah. Is it crazy? Hey, the Northern Hemisphere, it's Sunday night, or South Africa, Sunday night, UK, Sunday night. And then if you go down the map, it gets into, well, the South Pacific. Indonesia would also be sunrise, is already sunrise. Asia, some of Asia's already woken up. The first country to see the sunrise is Samoa. So I went to Samoa in May and I was watching the sunrise, and it's pretty cool to think that, you know, you are the first country in the world, one of the first people in the world to see the sunrise. It's pretty cool. Very cool. So Candace's daughter is named Rhiannon, like the Fleetwood Mac song. Rhiannon. I actually don't know the Fleetwood Mac song, Rhiannon. I didn't know. Fleetwood Mac have got some amazing songs, but I don't actually know that song, Candace. I was going to say Rhiannon, like Rhiannon the singer. But obviously you named your daughter from the Fleetwood Mac song, Rhiannon. Wow. That's beautiful. So guys, I'm going to just put you down on my tripod. Right, that's my tripod. I'm going to go put that back in the car. Get my hat, because it's going to be a sunny day. Sunny day. Stay there. I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. I just have to take another video because I forgot to bring my phone out, my personal phone. And we've got to catch the jumping for joy. Right. All right, here we go. All right. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That felt good. We have a hat. We've changed our hat. We've changed our hat. Changed my hat because it's getting sunnier. These freckles will get darker and darker if I don't wear a big hat. And as Mike says, they're angel kisses. They're angel kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I mean, these are angel kisses. Okay. So, today we have a waterproof bag. Why do we have a waterproof bag? Because I'm going to put a battery pack in there because I always run out of battery. We're going to put our personal phone in there. Actually, we'll take a photo quickly of the sunrise. Okay, my phone just literally went dead. Okay, goodo. Keys go in there too. And then we roll that up. Give us a second. Just let me put you down, okay? And let me explain why I do this. Because when I collect rubbish, like rubbish that I haven't chucked away from last time's walk, my keys get dirty. Everything gets dirty. And if it's in a waterproof bag, it doesn't get dirty. So these are amazing. I don't know where I got them from. A friend gave them to me, all different sizes, but they're great. I can chuck that in here. I normally use these doggy bags. They're doggy poo bags. They're not waterproof, guys. Just saying. Okay. I'm gonna have a drink of water. Because all that, jumping for joy. Wash down that green juice. All right, guys. Left or right, guys? Left or right? Left or right? Ooh, sun here. All right, guys. Big choices. Left. Right. Left. Right. I'm going to wait here, guys. Hey, Susan! I slept in. I've never slept in. Well, it means that your body needed to sleep in, Susan. That's great. You know what? When your body sleeps in, because, let's face it, our body clock just wakes up now, and roosters normally wake you up. That's great, Susan. That means you had a nice sleep and you needed it. That should be celebrated. Have you got a cup of coffee in your hand? Look at the sunrise. It's glowing at you, Susan. She's saying, Susan, life is amazing. You're amazing. Your body is amazing. You're going to do amazing things on that 360 acres of property you have. And today's a new week. And amazing stuff's going to happen this week, Susan. That's what the sunrise is saying to me. Well, saying to you, okay? Let's go with that. All right, guys. It's 6:30, not yet, waiting for the fire to boot my kettle. So guys, if you haven't met High Country Homestead, you definitely need to meet her. She's Susan, that's who's I've been talking to. She lives around there, but way down there, like about 13, probably 14 kilometres away. Not kilometres, hours away driving. Oh my gosh. She's far. She's in Victoria. She's in the state of Victoria. Hey, what is the state of Victoria known as? I was saying that our number plate's here in Queensland. So here I am in Queensland, right? it's sunny, right? I told you the weather here is completely different to the weather in different states, right? And even in our region, my region here is in southeast Queensland. If you go right up north, it's very tropical, very warm, pretty much summer all year round, right? But when you go down south, where like my friend Susan lives, it's completely different weather. So I was saying our number plates on our cars in Queensland are called, it says Queensland, the sunny state. So what is Victoria? What's on Victoria's number plate, Susan? I'm just curious. I should know this. I can't remember. Hey, Terminator. Hey, Mathis. The gold? Oh, the Garden State. The Garden State. Yeah, because I guess a lot of things grow in the garden. Is that right? Is that what we would say? That's interesting because I would have thought like southeast Queensland would grow a lot more stuff. But then it gets probably too hot in summer, right? Yeah, maybe. Okay, right. Okay. Can you tell us, Susan, why it's called the Garden State? I mean, I'm telling everyone Queensland is called the sunny state because more days than none, it's sunny here, right? Actually, let's do something different, guys. Actually, let's try something different. Oh, I just thought of something, guys. Okay, stay down there. Oh, I don't know if you can see this. Yes, you can. Did you see that? I don't know if I was too... I think I need to be high. I need a tripod. And then I can go... Okay, you guys just did a jumping for joy with me, guys. I've never done that before. That's cool. All right. Has anyone said, are we going left or right? No one has said, guys. Oh, well, I'm going to go right. And there's a reason for that. I'll tell you why. Let's go. So, it is nice to see the sunrise. But we're just going to go up here for a second, guys. My child brain, my Dora, my ultra ego, because Dora is not my real name, guys. Dora is my ultra ego. It's a nickname. I've had it for about 17 years now. A lot of my friends call me Dora. I call myself Dora when I'm, doing adventures. I look funny today with this hat on, don't I? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care what I look like. It's not about how I look. It's about sun smart, right? Sun smart. You gotta look after your face. Anyway, guys, while I'm coming over this way, I'll show you. We have a storm drain. We have a sunrise. You put them together, and I'll show you what it means. Okay. Put that there. All right. I might put my hat down just for a second. Okay, so this is a stormwater drain, guys. Now, I would never walk all the way down there, okay? There's water down there anyway. But what I want to use it for is the framing. Okay? Yes, guys, this is me. I'm going into a drain. We're going into the drain. What we're trying to do, turn this around. Oh, cool, hey? We're just using it for the frame. See the frame? I just love the frame. Okay, we need to go back a bit more. Bit more, bit more. How's that look, guys? I can't see it. There we go. All right, now. It's like our own private. Did you see any of that? I don't know. I just love playing with frames. I think framing is really cool. And when you're filming by yourself, like, you got to use anything to make, the picture look funny. or interesting, right? Whew. I probably don't even need my jacket today. Whew. It's warm. It's actually a lot warmer in that stormwater drain because it's obviously concrete. It's concrete. And as soon as when you come up to it, you can feel the heat coming out of it. All right, well. Hey, Wayne, you're from Sydney. Wow, I'm from Queensland. We've got Wayne from Sydney. And then we've got High Country Homestead. She's from Victoria. So Wayne, this is southeast Queensland. We're in Redcliffe. This is the Redcliffe Peninsula. Have you ever been up here? It's a nice little place. It's like a seaside village, right? Anyway, that was me jumping for joy in a stormwater drain because I can and it's fun. All right, so now we're going to walk back this way. That way you guys look at the sunrise. I'm going to put my hat back on because, sun smart and all that stuff. All right, put our tripod back in our bucket. All right, let's go. Okay, you've never been up here, Wayne. Well, welcome to the live. I generally do a couple of lives a week from the beach at sunrise, though I'm starting to miss sunrise because sunrise every day gets a little bit earlier, right? Because it means that summer is coming. I cannot wait for spring. So yeah, I think spring feels like it's here already though, to be honest. It is so beautiful right now. The weather is absolutely amazing. So you know how I was talking about swimmers before? I'll show you the swimmers. They're all congregating in the water right now. I can see 4 of them. You guys can't see them. If I stopped and zoomed in, you probably would. Let me show you. Let's be a good YouTuber and be show and tell. So those little bodies there in the water, that is people swimming. They're starting to swim. That is a sunrise here in southeast Queensland in Australia. So as we say here affectionately, g'day mate. So we have Deb. Deb was the first one to the chat today, guys. Deb is my friend from Spring, Texas. She's a Texas. Actually, Deb, I've never asked you, are you actually from Spring, Texas? I mean, I know you live in Texas, but were you born in Texas? I know your parents are from Denmark, but where were you born? And then we had, who else did we have? We had some, different people. Terminator, Matthias, I don't know if they're still there. But High Country Homestead is my friend Susan. She's a good friend. How was your weekend, Susan, actually? Did you have all right weather? Wayne, how was the weather down in Sydney at the moment? My sister lives in Sydney, so I once or twice a year go visit. She lives in Breakfast Point. Actually, curious, do you know where Breakfast Point is? A lot of people don't know where Breakfast Point is if you live in Sydney, because Sydney is such a big place, right? And Breakfast Point's kind of like a new suburb. Kindest new suburb. Ah, so you are from Colorado. Okay, because you just recently went to Colorado to visit your daughter because that's where she stayed. Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't actually know that, Deb. And, Mike Sparks is in the background too, sorry. Mike Adventure Sparks is here too. He was like second to the chat. It's like a competition. And yeah, Mike is actually from Colorado too. Well, he was originally from Colorado. Okay, so isn't it interesting? So Susan's saying her weekend, the weather was good, cold nights into the minus. Wowzers. Yeah, that's cold. So where I live, like 14 hours away north of Susan, we didn't get down into the minuses once this winter, not once. So it's nearly spring and Susan's is still at night time in the minuses. So also, she's up a big mountain, right? So she's in the Alpine region of Victoria, so that's obviously higher elevation. It's going to be colder. And did you say that you thought there might have been snow on the weekend? So I find that crazy, hey. So how much snow have you had this year, Susan? Like where I live here, we never get snow. It's unheard of. I mean, you can swim all year round here. I mean, it might be a little bit colder, but these people that are swimming, they've just started swimming, they're all wearing wetsuits. Oh my gosh, you got over a week of rain over the weekend, Wayne? Wowzers. Okay, that's a lot of rain. Yeah, so Susan, we've got a few Australians in the house today. We've got a Victoria, we've got a Sydneyer, we've got a New South Wales person, and we've got a Queenslander holding the phone. I love this bit, guys. I love seeing the sand like this at low tide. It's just something magical about it. Actually, we also had Candace. I forgot about Candace. My God, Candace was here too. I don't know, Candace might be in the background. She was with her daughter. They're enjoying daughter time. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I won't sing because that'd be bad. What did you say? Oh my God, my chat just moved. Oh, your cat? Your chat. I don't know what that means. You didn't think anyone was answering you. What? Maybe you had a bit of delayed reaction. I've got to say, guys, there's actually a delay in the video when you film live. This is good for Susan, because Susan's going to start doing lives. And so Susan, there's always a delay. So when you say something like, when I say something like, it always is a delay with you guys hearing it and then giving you time to actually write the response. Oh, this guy's going for a swim. He's jogging because I'm guessing it's a bit cold in there. He's going to do it though. Bit of cold therapy. Why not? I should do it one morning, guys. But I am a bit of a sook, guys. Naturally, Queenslanders don't really like the cold as much as people from down south. Because down south, you guys are a little bit more used to it than us. We're kind of used to warmer weather, so the cold is a little bit more of a novelty and a little bit more, well, I sook. I'm a sook. So another interesting thing, the swimmers that I was just showing you, oh, actually they've gone the other way, guys. So they've gone this way. I zoom in. I don't know if you can see them. They're swimming that way. But the swimmer guys, the swimmer people, they leave all their stuff on the seats there. I'm sure they don't leave anything valuable, but there's a fair bit of trust here. Look, we have our own crime. There's a lot of, there is a lot of drugs. You have seen me walk along this beach and pick up syringes. That's why I've got a bucket today. And that's why I wear shoes now on the beach. I normally love just walking along the beach with no shoes on. And I do it every now and then because I think sometimes, you got to. Bit of grounding's already good for us. But yeah, we do definitely have a drug issue. There is a bit of crime too from that. A lot of kids bored and they just break into houses and cars. But this is not just for my area, right? It happens everywhere, right? In Sydney, there's a lot of crime. Victoria, there's a lot of crime. Well, every state. And then we're just talking about Australia. Like, you guys in the States, I'm sure there's also your areas that have, crime and petty theft and stuff like that. I mean, we don't generally have murders in this area. But, we're not a big city either. This is like, Redcliffe City is like a peninsula. There's probably about, I'm going to say about 30,000 people that live in this peninsula. It's quite a peninsula. It's quite nice, actually. I like it because I'm biased, right? But it's a nice, sunny little beachside place. Generally, most people are pretty friendly and happy. But there is some homelessness here too. It's not unheard of to see people living in cars and tents along the beach here. They do get moved on quite quickly, unfortunately, by the council, because obviously this is on the weekend, a lot of people come here from the city because it is, it's a nice little place, have barbecues, a lot of kids swimming out here because it's flat, there's no waves. There's no waves because there's a big island out there called Moreton Island. It blocks all the waves. So that means this is called Moreton Bay. This whole stretch of water here, it's the bay. So we don't have the waves. So generally it's a safer place to swim. Hi, Caden Theridian. So I don't know if I said that right. Welcome to the live. This is Southeast Queensland in Australia. We're just watching the sunrise, or it's risen now, but still beautiful. I love watching the sunrise like over these sand. So I always like to know where people are from. So we have, oh, you're from Germany. Oh, nice. Hamster the Toaster. Okay, Hamster the Toaster. Oh, that's a different person. You're from Germany. Oh, Wiedersehen. And then we've got Kadu Thuran. Where are you from? I somehow think you feel like you're from Australia somehow. I don't know why. Oh, Wayne, you're originally from New Zealand. Okay. Well, in New Zealand, you'd be quite used to the cool weather. So New Zealand is literally past that island, yonder, that away. Oh, maybe more that way, actually. Oh, look, we've got a stand-up paddleboarder over here. Will we see any wildlife this morning, guys? Sometimes we get to see nice pelicans. We've only ever seen one dolphin when I've been doing a live. It's probably one of my first or second lives from doing this on the beach. I've been walking these beaches for years, but I normally don't do a live. I started doing these lives when I was doing, oh my gosh, I completely forgot to tell you guys. Yeah, okay, let me go to the story. So I started doing these when I was doing a health challenge. I was doing a 30 kilometre, which is about 17 miles in one day. I was walking for mental health. So it was on sand. So, 17 miles is not an easy thing to do just in one day, right? So I did some training, a lot of training. I started training a month before and I was walking along this beach, literally down to this beach corner here. And there's a rock called Lavender's Rock, and I'll tell you about that when I get down there. And then I would walk all the way down to the other point down there at Scott's Point. That's 5Ks, and if I did it twice, it's 10Ks. half of it, 7.5. So yeah, I used to do that quite often. And then I thought, you know what, I should take you guys on the road with me. So I did a live. And I started doing that, and you guys seem to have liked it. And you guys have made lots of friends in the chat too. But you know, you guys have got to know me. I've got to know you guys. Like, I didn't really know Susan. I met Susan on Doran's live, actually, The Source. And yeah, she just started tuning into my lives. And I've got to know her, asking her a million questions, because that's what I do. Because I'm curious, I do like homesteading. My mum is a homesteader herself, lives off the land. And Susan is also is my mum too, like, you know, living on the land by herself. And my mum lives on the land by herself. Off-grid, self-sufficient. So I have a lot of respect and, like, you know, I guess it's inspiring, right? It's that someone can live off the land. I'm always inspired. Like when I go to my mum's house, right? I'll probably go there once a week, once every 2 weeks kind of thing. And, you know, she's completely self-sufficient. She cooks a meal. A lot of the food is grown from her yard. She has chickens. She has, many different fruit trees, like trees that you've never even heard of before. It's amazing. There's so much fruit that it just gets spoilt because you just can't pick it fast enough. That's how abundant the property is. My dad bought the property, like when he's semi-retired. He wanted us to move the family up there and be off-grid. So Susan and I could have been an off-gridder. But yeah, we moved to Redcliffe, and he bought the property up there too. But the plan was to move us all up there. In the time in Mullaney back then, the early 80s, there wasn't a high school up there. So we could have went to primary school up there, but we wouldn't have been able to go to high school. We would have had to catch the bus down to Nambour. And my dad just thought, you know what, that extra travel, probably not good for young people. I mean, a lot of people do it, and they did used to do it. Now there's a high school there anyway. But anyway, he just chose that, you know what, one day we'll all move up there. My mum moved up there. My dad ended up keeping the house. They kind of semi-separated, but they still never divorced. They were still really good friends. But yeah, it was a good little agreement. So yeah, my mum still has a farm. I bought the family house many years ago off my dad to help him kind of renovate it. Unfortunately, he died. So anyway, this is Lavender's Rock, guys. Lavender's Rock. See the shape of the love heart? It's very beautiful. And these are mangroves in here. I don't know much about a lot of stuff, right, guys? But I do know that mangroves are really, really good for our environment. And, you know, the saddest thing is, right, because we're doing so much development by the water, like you guys can see here, there's a lot of high rises, right? All through Australia. We're building closer and closer to the beach. So, you know, the beach demographic is changing, as in, like, you know, sand is shifting. You know, we're playing with the environment. Like, let's face it that way. We're playing with the environment. And, you know, mangroves are really, really good for the ecosystem of the ocean. Oh, is that interesting? Wonder what that is. That's obviously got bitten by something. That's weird. So yeah, these are mangroves. See how here? These are their roots coming out. They're quite sharp, actually. You wouldn't want to fall on top of that. It wouldn't be good, trust me. But it's very interesting the way they grow. They're actually very picturesque. I'll take you out here. Buckets stay there. And these are all lava kind of flow from many millions of years ago. The actual volcano is like an hour drive that away. But these are the old rocks still emerging from it. It's amazing. Amazing. Okay, I've got some rubbish. We'll pick that up. Because the turtle will end up eating that, and we don't want the turtle to eat that. mangroves are very pretty. But yeah, unfortunately, when they get destroyed, you know, a lot of eco-life gets destroyed too. I believe, I don't know if I'm completely correct here, but maybe Susan might know, that mangroves are really good for cleaning the air. I don't exactly know how they do it, but they're apparently, you know, I've read that somewhere, that they're really good for cleaning the air, and that if we destroy them all, it wouldn't be good. And bit by bit. So it's great that they've grown through kind of the rock, the lava, and it's great that, you know, they're still exposed. They're still, you know, sometimes they get covered by water, sometimes they don't. You can see on high tide, this will all be covered. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it makes me feel like I'm on a proper adventure when I'm through here, like walking on rocks. Just, I don't feel like I'm in suburbia. I feel like I could be anywhere, right? I could be in the jungle of Costa Rica. Anyway, let's put that rubbish in our bucket. Save a turtle getting that. All right, and then we walk back the other way. We walk it that way. Okay, I knew I was kind of somewhere correct. So Susan's got here, mangroves can store 3 to 5 times more carbon per hectare than most forests. I can really, honestly, I'm getting really bad with reading. And I think it's because and it's probably not my eyesight's that bad. It's just that the screen is small, right? And the writing's small. And yeah, there's a glow on the screen. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, mangrove's good. And they, you know, people say, oh, you know, they're ugly and they're smelly, and they do smell because they, you know, they're covered by, like, look at that, they're covered by seagrass and stuff because the tide comes in here, right? It's tidal. That's why they sit here and they're kind of cleaning the water, and I don't know, yeah, I don't know how it works, but yeah, they're good for us. They're good for the environment. They're good. They're carbon cleaners, man. Wow, that's amazing, yeah. My dad was a big environmentalist. So he used to always say to me, like, they might look like they're untidy, but they're actually doing a really good thing for the world, basically, the earth. Anyway, it's really cool that we still have them here. There's a few areas around Redcliffe that there are mangroves, but they do die because of different things that happen, you know, the building and the construction around the beach changes the flow of the water, all those kind of things, right? You know, we're putting marinas in and, you know, building sandbanks, all these things. They change the flow of the water. So then sometimes that flow doesn't go into the mangroves and those mangroves die. Yeah, there's a whole thing, right? But, you know, we are living in a world of homelessness. There's so many people homeless, not just in Australia, everywhere, right? Construction's everywhere. People can't afford these houses because people are building massive big, you know, apartments and houses and stuff, and people can't afford to live in them. I don't know who's buying them, but someone's buying them. But building more and more stuff to live. And, you know, most people are living on the east coast of Australia. The people don't live in the middle of Australia because it's too hot. It's where the desert is. So most people want to live by the ocean. Country towns are really struggling because they're not retaining, you know, services out there. Like, it's hard to get doctors in these kind of local areas, like the country towns. They have like flying doctors that come in to help take people to the big hospitals. But, you know, that all costs money. So it's hard. It's really sad. Like, there's a lot of country towns that are literally just taken off the map because, yeah, no one's living there anymore. People have moved away because they just can't get jobs. They can't get services. People are getting older, so they need services, right? So a lot of country towns are moving to bigger country towns. Like Toowoomba is a big country town. A lot of services there. So Toowoomba's like about 2.5 hours from where I live in the country. Big country town. But all the towns around it, like there's a couple of really big towns like Roma. Roma's quite far out. That still has services. But if you wanted a specialist service, like, you know, some kind of specialist appointment, you might actually have to drive to another bigger town to get a service. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, what have we got here? We have a plastic bag of sand. So Hamster the Toast is from Germany. Sorry guys, I'm a bit behind the chat. Where are you from in Germany? And then Susan's saying that she's been to Germany. She'd love to go back to Germany. At the moment she can't travel, but she will one day. She will travel again. Where did you go in Germany, Susan? Have you ever heard of the Romantic Road? It's very touristy. But have you ever seen those pictures of like those walled romantic little villages? There's a place called, I can never say this properly, Rothenburg Tag. I'm not saying it correctly. But there's a walled village on the Romantic Road route. And it's gorgeous. Like many years ago, I did a trip called the Romantic Tour. It's just a day trip, right? It wasn't like a organised tour. It was just a day trip. And basically they just drove you to these little towns, dumped you out of the bus and said, get back here in like 1 hour or 40 minutes or whatever. And the main attraction was Rothenburg. Rothenburg? I'm not saying that right. The German guy in the chat will say that probably. Rothenburg Tag. I think that's, I don't know. I don't speak German. My pronunciation is very bad. Oh, okay, you haven't heard of Adora. Haven't heard of Adora, that's me. Susan, Google it. Rothenburg, it's spelled Rothenburg. And then it has some other things at the end of it. Untertag. And maybe the German guy in the chat might be able to pronunciate that better because I just can't. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful place. And I vowed that one day I'd go back there. I did go back probably about 15 years ago, went back there and I stayed overnight there. It's so gorgeous. It's a completely walled village. You can even walk around the wall. Like you can get on top of the wall and walk around it. It's really cool. Not all of it, but some of it. And you feel like a proper Rapunzel. Like you can put your hair down and like through the little windows. Very medieval. Really cool. Germany's got some amazing stuff. The German food, oh my gosh. A pork hock. If you're a vegetarian, you probably won't enjoy Germany because their meat is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Do you remember eating the food there, Susan? Like the sausages and the bratwurst. Oh my gosh. I think I was in Germany for about a week. I swear I probably put on 5 kilos because I ate that much. The food was so good that it would be rude not to eat it. And at the end of the Romantic Road, it's in Bavaria. So that's where the Munich, what do they call that thing? The German Fest. What's it called? Oktoberfest. Oh my gosh, Oktoberfest. Oh, Oktoberfest is coming up actually. Hey, cool. The German guy, have you been to Oktoberfest? Susan, have you been to Oktoberfest? I've never been to Oktoberfest. Love to go. Imagine dressing up. Love to go and get dressed up in those little outfits. be a maid bitch kind of thing. You know, the outfit with the little frilly dress, the frilly, oh my gosh, I'm just having to get a giggle. And have like the fake hair, the blonde pigtails, and you drink all the, you know, the beer in the steins. Oh my gosh, it's just mad. It'd be madness. It'd be so much fun. In Dresden for some time. Drosselhof, Heidelberg, Rothenburg, Utter, and in Berlin. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Rothenburg, Ode Patugog. That's the place I was talking about. So you've been there, Susan. You went to Oktoberfest, Susan. Did you wear one of the outfits, Susan? Tell me you wore one of the outfits. Tell me you got a photo. Tell me you're going to email me a photo. That will be gold. Yeah. Are you saying, shit, yeah, you're going to send me a photo of it? Because I want to see the photo. Oh my gosh. That's gold. Gold, gold, gold. Golden like that glow. Oh, how much fun was it? How much beer did you drink? I'd be curious to know what Germans think of Oktoberfest. Because let's face it, it is kind of like a touristy thing to do, isn't it, right? If the German guy watching or in the chat, is he still there? Can you let us know what you think of Oktoberfest? Just curious. How much beer? You don't know. Yeah, of course you wouldn't know. Because probably you're walking along with the stein. That's your stein, right? That's how big the stein of beer is, literally. And then you probably drink a bit and you knock over, like half of it falls out. And then you put the drink down. And then someone else probably picks it up and drinks a bit of it. And then you pick up someone else's drink. Maybe back in the day. And these days it's very... Got to be careful with your drinks, don't you? Sadly. Some weirdos out there. But yeah, those steins, I reckon a lot of it gets spilt. Because, you know, like you're cheersing a lot, right? It's cheers, and it just flows out the top of it. Oh, please, can you send me a photo, Susan? Oh, I'd love to see that photo of you in Oktoberfest. You know, better still, put it in your community post. Write a little story. I mean, I know you're not really a travel channel, but it shows your personality, you know, mix it up a bit. I don't know, do what you want. It's your channel. Don't follow me. Like I said, don't do anything I do on YouTube because I do everything backwards, upside down. It is what it is. That's where your backpacking journey ended. I injured my back and had to go back to England for a few months. So I never got to finish all of Europe like I wanted. Oh my gosh, what happened to your back? Oh, Susan. Literally, you hurt your back backpacking. What did you do? What did you do in Germany that had to go back to England? Because you were obviously doing a stint in England living, right? Would this have been in your 20s? It looks, you know, a lot of people go to England and do the exchange, not the exchange, but like when you're under 30, you can go to England and work. And same with people from the UK can come to Australia and work under 30 on some kind of youth visa. Makes it a lot easier. Once you're over that age, it's a bit harder. You have to be sponsored. But yeah, I had a lot of friends. I never did it. I visited my friends in England when they were doing it, but I never did it myself personally. My partner, Ben, did. So Susan, yeah, Ben lived there for a while, doing his thing. I think he finished off his carpentry in the UK. And it was kind of good timing because his brother also was had just got married to a Swedish girl, and he was living in Sweden. So Ben would go at Christmas time to Sweden and have Christmas with the Swedish clan, so to speak. So he's off tomorrow. Oh no, he's off tonight, Susan. Susan, he's off tonight. Had to help him pack last night, making sure that, he remembered the things, like, the extra things that I reminded him of, like a plastic bag, a garbage bag, just in case your stuff gets wet, or for your, your dirty clothes in your backpack. Photocopying his passport. He did listen to us the other day, Susan. He's like delayed reaction, right? That's men, right? Delayed reaction. Okay, you were there in your 30s. Oh, you have a British passport. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Susan, we need to get you over your live thing. We need to get you onto the lives, because I'd love, love, love to be Dora and Susan chatting about your backpacking adventure in Europe. I'd love to hear the story. Would you be up for that? No pressure. You need to do your own lives first and get that going. But yeah, I'm starting to do lives with other people, like you guys saw the other day. I had Laurie on. Oh, that's right. I need to talk about that. My gosh, my brain. So guys, tomorrow is D-Day for me. I'm starting 75 hard. So if you guys were watching my live, which I know Susan was there, Mike was there, Deb was there. There's a few there if you're lurking in the background. If you don't know what I'm talking about 75 hard, which is kind of a mental health challenge where it challenges you for 75 days to do this kind of list of things. So it's not easy, right? So the biggest thing there's many big things actually. So starting tomorrow, I need to take a progress photo. They say you should take one every day. So I guess same position, same clothes maybe. I don't know. Look at wear the same clothes. But take a photo so you can see like the changes in your body. And it's not completely about losing weight, guys. It's about, getting fitter and also helping your mental clarity kind of thing and organisation. So like, for example, you need to drink, this is the big thing, 1 gallon of water. So in Australia, we don't use gallons. I had to Google that. It's 3.8 litres of water. So that's where that defeats a lot of people straight away. Like I was talking to my friend Kathleen, and Kathleen's like, there's no way I could drink a gallon of water. And then I was talking to a lady called Laurie, I was doing a live with, and she was telling me all about 75 hard because she's done it twice and she's writing a book about it. So I thought she's the best person to talk about it, right? So if you're interested in seeing that live, it's the last live on my list. It's saying, what is 75 hard? So that tells you all about it. So I'll turn this around while I gas bag. What's going on with the sun? Woohoo, she's warm. So we're back walking past the stormwater drain that I was literally jumping for joy using the framing of that. I'm interested to see how that photo looked like, that picture. How I want to drink 3.8 litres of water, that's going to be a challenge, guys. I'm pretty tall. I already wee a lot because I drink a lot of water. So I'm expecting to wee a lot more than normal. So when I do lives, I actually I have to probably put the phone down and go to the toilet because I need to start drinking so much more water. Like first thing in the morning, I need to drink lots of water when I wake up, which you're supposed to do anyway. I mean, I do a guzzle of water before when I wake up, but I'm going to need to drink more than a guzzle, man. I need to figure out, I think this litre, what does this say in here? Oh my God, it's only 550 mils. Shit. I need to drink pretty much 8 of these. Okay, that's. I've only got 2 of these at home. Because normally what I do is I drink and then I fill it up again. So I kind of need, I won't be able to measure that. So I need to fill 2 of these up, drink the whole thing, and then do that times 4. Whoa, God, guys. Yeah, right. So that's the first thing, right? That's hard, right? So yeah, 1 ounce, 1 gallon of water. So that's 3.8 litres in Australian terms or English terms. English terms, Australian terms. Oh my God. You have to follow some kind of diet or health plan. So what's up to you? So I'll follow one that I do. It's not really a diet. I don't like the word diet. It's a health plan. So I'll talk more about that later, but it's a 2-week cycle. So 2 weeks, you cut your carbs and your sugar down. I'm not a carb cutter. I'm not normally like that, but this does work for me, my body. I've tried it before quite a few times. So I cut carbs and sugar, and that is including fruit, sadly, for 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks, then you introduce it back in. So you kind of like, what do you call it? Like the people that do the no carb, like keto, you get your body into keto or something, and then you start, for the next 2 weeks, you introduce it back in. And then 2 weeks after that, basically, you're eating normally, but you're just not eating sugar. You're not eating refined sugar. You're eating fruits, and you can, obviously have carbs, but you basically every 2 weeks. And then after those 2 weeks, you go back to the keto 2 weeks, where it was basically no sugar, no fruit, no carbs. And then 2 weeks into that, you get back into the introducing it back in. So that's what I'm going to do. And that works well for my body. A lot of people do, like my friend Laurie did the carnivore diet. So basically, eating a lot of meat. So you just choose a diet. That's what you got to do. No alcohol. So I have a bottle of wine I opened last night. I had half of that wine last night. I bought that at the show that I went to about 2 weeks ago. I got a good deal on a 12-pack of really nice wine. It's called Ned Kelly. So Ned Kelly was one of our bushrangers in Australia. Famous guy. I think he was a great bush ranger. He did a lot of good things, like Robin Hood. He stole for the good. But of course, he stole things, so that's not good. But anyway, there was a wine, and then you can't get it through bottle shops. But last year I tried a sample of it at the show, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's nice. I bought 1 bottle, but this year I bought a bigger, like I bought a 12-pack. You got a good deal, right? So anyway, so I opened that last night. I opened 1. So the other half I'll drink tonight, and that's it, done. 75 days, no alcohol. What else? I have to read 10 pages of like a business or self-help book. So I need to pick a good book, because once you start the book, you've got to keep on going. So that was a big tip from Laurie. Said, pick a good book. Because apparently when she first did this, she's done it quite a few times. So like, for example, she got to 33 days and something happened, she just gave up. So you can't keep on going. So that's the other thing. Once you start, if you stop, you've got to go back to the start. So she's attempted to do 75 hard a few times, and she's finished it twice. Like, because it's hard. It's not easy, right? And this is the other thing. You've got to do 2 45-minute exercises per day. One of those has to be outdoors. So it doesn't matter if it's raining or hailing, you have to go outside and do an exercise. So, I mean, I walk on the beach most mornings. I do Pilates twice a week in the morning. I bought that rebounder for that reason too, so that's an extra added, exercise, but 45 minutes I've got to do it. And I could drag it outside if I wanted to and do it outside. So that's going to be hard too, to organise that. And it has to be 3 hours difference between the 2 exercises. So for example, if I went for a hike for 4 hours on the weekend, only one of those sessions could be classed as exercise. And then I'd have to go do 45 minutes in the afternoon or morning, whatever. So yeah, it's a little bit. It's very strict. So I've got to read 10 pages of self-help books. I've got to find a good book that is, it will keep me going for 10 pages. You can't be an audio book either, because I could just listen to that driving to work. But no, it has to be actually 10 pages of a book. So I have a million books at home, so I've got to pick one that I really want to read and get it done. What else is there? Got to take progress pictures. That's pretty much it. That's hard enough as it is, right, guys? That's the other tip. I've got to drink the water. So my friend Laurie said, drink it by 2 p.m. because if you don't drink your gallon and you start leaving and trying to drinking it at like 8 o'clock at night, you'll be up all night weeing. So yeah, that's a big tip I need to think of. And like, you got to be careful with water. Like you can literally kill yourself if you drink too much water. So you got to pace yourself. I'm definitely going to have to take more than 2. I normally do 1 hydrolyte a day, like electrolytes, because I do drink enough water. I do drink water. Talking about water, let's drink some water. So Susan's got, I need to drink more water, I forget. Yeah, well, you can set alarms. Set alarms to drink water. You can get different apps that remind you to drink water. So yeah, well, I'll tell you how it goes, mate. Maybe what you could do is like try to do the 75 hard with water. Just try to commit to doing, nearly 3.8 litres of water a day. It sounds ridiculous. But, I mean, can you imagine how clear my skin's going to be? My skin is going to be clear. I'm going to be weeing all day. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so that's going to be me starting tomorrow because Diego's away too. So that makes it easier. I've got more time to... Not that I'm not saying that Diego monopolises my time, not at all. I'm just saying that, I do have to spend time with him, right? So, yeah, in the evenings is kind of my time that I'm going to have to do extra exercise. Yeah, and food. Men eat completely different to women, and I tend to eat exactly what he eats because he cooks. I'm very, very lucky. Diego's a really good cook. And I am a bit of a foodie and I eat. And it is an issue. It's not an issue. But, I like my food. I just posted a video, Susan, actually. I haven't posted a video on my YouTube for like over a month. But I posted a video from the weekend adventure. I went with my mum to an Indonesian restaurant that we've never been before. And it was amazing. It was like a street food experience. The restaurant has once a month like a kind of a street food vibe. And it was so cool. My mum bought $250 worth of food. She went completely nutso. And that's where I get my food issues from because my mum is an amazing cook. We didn't have like a plate set for us as a child. We used to have like a smorgasbord. That was our lunch, our dinners. So we'd have rice, we'd have a vegetable dish, probably 2 vegetable dishes, a meat dish, and maybe something else, noodles or something. And then we could go back it would be given that we'd go back for seconds. And my mum would then even say, hey, come on, there's some more left. Eat the rest of it. And my mum's a small lady, but she eats a bloody lot of food. So anyway, that was a really fun adventure. So I'm trying to do something a bit different, Susan. you're going to see some changes in my channel. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do some adventures on the weekend, and I'm actually going to try to get videos out. I take videos, a lot of videos, but I just don't sit down and edit them, because editing is, it takes a lot of time and effort. And I'm a bit particular. I like editing, and I have to get in the mode, and I could be hours in my office doing these edits. So I challenged myself to do an adventure on the weekend and actually get the video up. So the adventure was on Saturday, and then yesterday evening I lied on my bed with my phone. So I did an edit on my phone too, to test myself. I used iMovie, and I did a simple edit, and I posted it last night. So anyway, it's called, I think I went to Indonesia. Only kidding. And so anyway, it's an adventure with my mum. So if anyone's interested in that, check that out. It's about a 15-minute video, but it's actually pretty cool. There is a Dancing with Dora there. So there's a hidden Dancing with Dora video in there. After we went to this Indonesian restaurant, we went to the St. Lucia Uni, which is a beautiful uni that's quite old, and it's massive, massive, massive. And I love going there. It's a really great place to walk around, especially on the weekend because there's no one there. So anyway, that's an added adventure at the end, because my mum had to go to speak to the consulate. So the Indonesian consulate is in Sydney, and my mum is still Indonesian. Like, she's lived here most of her life now. She's been here 50 years plus. Also, she's born in Indonesia, but she's kept her Indonesian passport. So she's a permanent resident of Australia, but she's not an Australian citizen. She chose to keep her Indonesian citizenship because it's easy for her to go back to Indonesia. And Indonesia, every time you go to Indonesia, they charge you visa fees. So Mum just thought, you know what, when she was younger, or when I was younger, we used to go back quite a bit. It used to be a lot cheaper to go back to Indonesia. Now it's more expensive, obviously. She doesn't go back that often anyway. But anyway, long story short, to go to the Indonesian consulate in Sydney is not an easy job, right? It's not even in the city of Sydney. It's on the outskirts. So it's not an easy place to get to. So my mum doesn't do that. You can send stuff down there, but it's not easy. So anyway, they come up every now and then. So they were at the uni, so we went and saw them. Anyway, long story short, nothing happened. But anyway, it was a bit of a wild goose chase, but it's interesting. I went for a walk in the uni and I had fun. I make everything an adventure, right, guys? So if that floats your boat, check that out. No, Deb, I don't think Paul's been on yet. Paul normally comes on about 8 o'clock. So Paul has his own routine. I'd have it a guess that he likes to sleep in, and then he has breakfast, and then by the time he has breakfast, he logs on and says, hey, I've been watching in the background. So Deb, you could probably say hello to Paul right now, and he probably later on will say hello back to you. Because he's a bit of a lurker. He likes lurking in the background while he's doing his thing. Yeah, Susan, honestly, it's a privilege to be able to have, footage to video, right? You're so lucky. You honestly, Susan, living on your farm you must find inspo for so much, right? There's a lot of seagrass today. We don't normally see the seagrass here. Your alpacas, you could put a camera in front of your alpacas all day, and do you know how fun that would be to watch? Actually, Susan, got an idea for you. Susan, idea, not my idea, but because you're part of Doran's community, the Source 479. There's a guy called Chris's. I think it's Chris with another S on the end. So Chris's. And I don't know where they're from and who they are, but I follow them. right? But they show their dogs. They don't show their faces much, but all they're doing is they're doing lives of their dogs. They're getting like 4,000 views. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you did the same thing with your alpaca or your cows, you'd have the same views. Because people love seeing animals. But you know, when I show the pelicans, I end up getting lots more views because people want to see wild animals. People don't want to see my head. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, people love animals. So if you want to still be a faceless channel for a bit, but I still think you should do a live with your face. I do think that. But that's just another angle. Okay, so you've just finished your edit, Mike? Okay, well, I look forward to going and seeing it. So Mike apparently went on a hiking adventure, so he's been editing a hiking video. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Sorry, I'm back, Wayne. No, don't be sorry, Wayne. Everyone's got lives, mate. Deb, honestly, you watch. When Paul comes on at 8 o'clock, he'll say, hi, Deb. You watch. I guarantee it. Okay, so you know who I'm talking about then. Chris is a girl. Okay, right. Yes, I'm going to do lives on my chicken coop. Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, is she encouraging you to do lives? Because I'm just going to say, people will love it. The Chicken Explorers, they do lives on their chicken, like their chicken coop too. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. So Susan, if I can help you out, you know, figuring out the lives, I'm happy to help you out. Like I said, I'm here to help you, mate. I really would love to see you, show your yard. I mean, I'm really curious about your yard. I don't care about anyone else. I'm joking. But, you know, like I am honestly curious about your yard. And I'd love to see that. Congrats, Mike. Have you uploaded it? We'll all go check out the video later, mate. So I've got a late start today. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go on this little walk today. Am I going to go all the way around the other side? Am I just going to walk on the beach? I don't know. We make it up, right, guys? Deb misses the chickens. Okay, tell us about your chickens, Deb. I didn't actually know you had chickens. Tell us about your chickens, Deb. So tomorrow morning, I'm starting to organise my thoughts about this 75 hard, because I need to, you know, the biggest thing about these kind of health challenges, or mental health challenges, you kind of need to be prepared, right? You need to get your water into, like, you know, how you're going to measure your water. You need to think about what exercise you're going to do, because tomorrow I'm going to do 2 45 sessions. So tomorrow morning is Pilates for me. So I do a Pilates session. It is for 45 minutes, so that's perfect. That's one exercise done. And then I've got the afternoon off tomorrow afternoon. So I've organised, I'm going to go for a hike somewhere. I doubt I'm going to do a live, but I might take a couple of videos. And you know what? I might even try to do a simple edit up. I'm just trying to do simple edits, because when I do my travel vlogs, there's a lot more involved. There's a lot more preparation. There's a lot more footage. Like I have at the moment on my iMovie, on my computer, about 4 different videos ready to, like, not ready to go, but like in the middle of editing. I've got one on Ibiza. one on Indonesia, one on the Samoa. So yeah, there's lots of, and I really do want to get them up, but I need a lot more time. And now I guess when Diego goes away for a holiday, he's away for 6 weeks, so I've got lots of time to organise my mind and get myself into this kind of routine. And then plus I'm trying to do the 75 hard, right? That's more important right now than getting a video up on YouTube. YouTube is not my life. It's not my world. It's a fun part of my world, but it's not my life. I'm not going to break my back trying to, get a video up. That's why I haven't posted in a month. Because I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's what it is. And, the YouTube gurus will say, oh my God, you're killing your channel. I don't care what the gurus say. Whatever. Okay, Mike, we got a few people want to watch your video. That's great. Hiking with Mike. I'm curious about what Mike is going to film and what he's going to show us, where the hike is. But Susan, I cannot wait for you to start doing lives because I really want to talk to you about backpacking in your 30s. Because, I'm 50 and I'm still backpacking. Love, love, love backpacking. It's not for everyone, I get it. So Diego will stay in a few backpacker hostels on his trip. His dad passed away last year, so this is kind of like a bit of a holiday for him. His dad left him a bit of money too, so I think he's kind of going to do a half and half. He'll stay in some nice places, and then he'll also stay, backpacking style, because he knows it's cheap and nasty and it's easy. And it's fun, like he'll make some friends. So Diego's completely different to me. He's definitely an introvert. I'm definitely an extrovert. So we're definitely opposites. I like to, gnaw off an ear, like literally, so I could talk anyone's ear off about any subject. Oh, not any subject. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the colour of that. That is so beautiful. The moss on there. If I zoom in, right, it looks like if someone's just going to go on the live now, they'll be like, oh my God, she's on a mountain top. She's on the mountain. Woo. Yeah, so I could talk about most subjects. I mean, it might not be insightful, but I can talk about a subject. But Diego, he won't, if he's got nothing to say, he's not going to tell you. He's not going to say it. He'll just sit there in silence. It's very interesting doing a car trip with Diego. He'll be driving along. I'll be like yakety yak. And he'll be like, yep, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll be silence. And I'll look over and go, fuck, is he alive? Is he alive? Oh yeah, he's still driving. Because I'm just so used to, talking, right? That's just me. But then, I'm kind of learning that you don't need to talk all the time. Silence is actually not a bad thing. Silence doesn't mean that anyone's, like they're upset or they're asleep. It's just they're just zoning out. Like Diego says to me, he goes, no, I'm just zoning out. I'm just driving. I'm watching the road. So yeah, there's something in that, right? I think you can learn from people, like everyone. You can learn something from everyone, right? I know I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. Diego's not perfect. Susan's not perfect. Mark's not perfect. But we're still wonderful, right? I think I'm wonderful. Just because I'm not perfect, I'm not, I still can be wonderful. So, yeah, but again, I think we can definitely learn from, everyone. There's something to be learnt. So another guy's up here, he's swimming. He's obviously drying himself off. He's wearing his little Speedos, his dick togs. I won't zone in on that. So it's high tide, so you can't get around the point today, guys. We'll go as far as we can, and then we'll make up what we're going to do from there. All I can say, guys, this is winter. This is winter in southeast Queensland, guys. She's stunning. She's stunning. I love my beach walks, guys. Absolutely love it. There's something magical about walking on a beach with the ocean, like the little waves lapping in your ear. I'm not sure for you guys if it's great with me yakking in the background too. You can zone me out. Let me try a silent walk. You know, have you seen the lives where they're just completely silent? Let's try that, okay? Let's try that from now. See how long I can do it. Good morning. God, it's hard to be silent, isn't it? I can't be silent. Okay, it's warm. So, hey guys, remember I was at the beach the other day and I was talking about doing a painting on the beach and how I needed to, you know, the red cliffs of Redcliffe, and I was thinking about trying to do a painting down by the beach, and I was talking about getting some paper bark. So just stay there. Water, Actually, no. We want to fill the water up, actually. This is a paperbark tree. So, sometime soon, I mean, we shouldn't be pulling paper bark off this tree, right? We shouldn't. But this is paper bark. See here? So I need to pull a little bit of that. Not now, but I will. Pull a bit of, it's going to be my paper. And then I'm going to take that down to the beach where the red cliffs are and do some painting on that. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, paper bark. That's a paper bark tree. Anyway, there's a water fountain just down here. Oh, they're watering. It's a water truck, a council water truck, and they're watering down. Obviously, they put some new grass down, so they're kind of watering it in. That's good. All right, so we don't actually have a fountain here. Okay, this is going to be interesting. How am I going to do this? Okay, new plan, guys. New plan. I need to prop you up. Let's just see if that stays. Stay. Oops. Stay. So we have drank 550 mils. Tomorrow I'll start counting this, obviously, but this is my second lot. Doesn't make sense to starve myself of water today. Start drinking like a litre, no, like 3.5 litres tomorrow. Yeah, it's a lot. So in here, gosh, it's beautiful through here. This is called Scott's Point, guys. So down there is Scott's Point Cove. It's a cove that you can swim in there. I swim there a lot. It's lovely. There's high tide at the moment, but normally we can walk all the way around. There's Scott's Point down there, but this is classed as Scott's Point here too. It's a viewing kind of place. We've got barbecues. They normally clean them. Haven't cleaned them yet. This is a nice high point. Nice to see sunrise here, actually. Look at the colour of this tree. It's amazing. Amazing. And the birds, normally you see lorikeets in here, rainbow lorikeets. Can't see any of them at the moment, but you can hear them. That's a beautiful fig tree. Look at all the roots for the fig tree. It's amazing. You definitely don't want that in your front yard. It'll kill your sewage system, your everything. It's very tranquil through here. We can sit here for a bit. Why not? Drink some water. There's little birdies. Oh, yep. Are they lorikeets? I couldn't see that. They're quite fast. I have a feeling, Susan, you just sent me a text message saying, "Hey, Dora." Was that you? I can't read the message, but I just see this message, a bit of the caption of it saying, "Hey, Dora," on the top of the phone pop through. Hey, hello, Mr. Magpie. Hey, Maggie. I had a feeling it was you. It's a beautiful wildlife watch here, actually. Lots of birds hang out here. Interesting, right? Birds hang out with trees, right? And if we get rid of the trees, which we're getting rid of so much, right, for development, So naturally, this area is full of birds because there's lots of trees, lots of different native trees. It's amazing. I just think for our souls, we need to be in this kind of stuff. Well, no, definitely know for myself. I mean, look, for Susan, I definitely think she's called. You're definitely called to live in the bush. Be part. This is your world all the time. These beautiful trees, the bird calls. You know, when you live in suburbia, this is just not your norm anymore. It's really sad, right? And even worse for people that live in the cities, right? Green spaces become more and more popular because, you know, we need these spaces for people to, you know, be in nature. I'm just really lucky that I get to live next to this beautiful ocean, or bay, should I say. And there's areas that I can go and just feel like I'm part of, you know, I'm in the bush. So, Susan, I can't wait for you to get the book. So, like, I saw your message, your email saying that your friend came up on Friday, but obviously the post came late that day, so you'll get it next Friday. So that's exciting. I'm excited for you to get it. There's a few little bits and pieces in there that I put. There's a little Mickey bird. I have a feeling you'll like what I've put in there. There's a few things I've just added in as a little treat. That's amazing that you don't turn your phone off. You turn your phone off over the weekend. Complete, detox. Though I know you were on YouTube over the weekend, so not complete detox. Also good for us to do that, you know, like just completely go offline. There's actually there's a Facebook page I follow, or is it an Instagram page, that is literally, I think it's in England, because you see people in parks and they have signs that say no phones. So basically there's a whole lot of people, and they're mostly like younger generation, like the 20-year-olds, but it can be any age obviously, but you know, there's a lot of 20-year-olds. They're trying to aim for the 20-year-olds, 20-somethings, and they're all sitting in the park. They're obviously playing games like bocce or reading a book, painting in the park, or just lying down. No phones in sight, literally just lying there. So it's it's definitely really good for our minds. Definitely something I need to start building into my life. Hey, Maggie. Maggie Magpie. Well, you'll just have to wait now, hey? Think patiently, Susan. Susan, remember the days when we used to have to wait 1 week to watch the next Friends episode, or, 1 week to watch the next episode of X-Files? Back in the day when, TV series were just once a week. Every week we'd wait patiently for the next episode. That's you waiting next week or this Friday for your envelope. It's good for us to be patient, right? I mean, I can't talk, I'm not very patient. But, it's nice to receive mail, I think. I think it's really nice to... That's why I send postcards. Oh, I need to do that. That's my next step. Because I know, Susan, you're into the postcard thing too. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a postcard exchange. Got to figure that out next. Hey, Wayne, how you going? Welcome, Wayne. Wayne, if you haven't met Susan... Hey, Lavender. Hey, Lavender. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Lavender. Oh, my gosh. We're sitting... Oh, my gosh, look at this, guys. There's a little lorikeet up there. Hello, lorikeet. I don't know if you guys can see that. That is a lorikeet. They make lots of noise. They love hanging out here. So, guys, I'm in Scotts Point. That's normally the beach where I'm walking. That's Scott's Point down there, the little cove. But this is a nice little area that I feel like I'm in the bush here. I was just saying to Susan, it's really nice to just sit here and listen to the sound of the birds. You know, we're getting rid of the bush so fast that all these poor animals, these poor birds, that they're living in unison together, right? If I just shut up for a while, you'll hear all the birds, right? Let me shut up for a bit. So guys, there's a bit of noise in the background there. We've got a council truck. It's a water truck. So they're watering the grass. They've put some new grass here. He's probably going to come over here actually and water this soon, so I'll probably have to move. You can see they've turfed it here. These are all new tables and chairs they put here. There are 2 existing ones over there, and 2 barbecues. But they've put some more. Nice because, you know, we get to sit here and enjoy this. It's a very special place. I've watched sunrise here, and it's absolutely gorgeous watching the sunrise through the trees. Might do that on Wednesday, actually. I haven't done that for a while. We'll do that Wednesday. Again, I probably won't catch the start of it because, again, it'll probably be by 6:05 will be sunrise then. It'll be ridiculously early. So beautiful. So Lavender, it's Monday morning, yes, but I was vibing with my roller skates with my squad. Well, that's good, girl. Are you back at school yet, or are you still at home, Lavender? So guys, I'll do a bit of introduction. So Susan is High Country Homestead. She has a homesteading channel. So she does homesteading, which means like off living. She's in the Alpine region of Victoria. She's an Australian. She's an Aussie. We have Lavender. She's also Australian, and she is in Western Australia. But please don't check her channel out. She is under 16. So she's just a viewer, guys. So just saying, she's just a friend of the chat. I know a lot of people in the chat, you know, that they want to make friends, which is great, but just be aware that, you know, I don't have mine locked. I do have a few younger people that jump on the lives. Then we have Wayne. So Wayne is custom screen printing, guys. He's a new friend of mine, Wayne. So I know Wayne has already checked out High Country Homestead, which is Susan. So Wayne's channel is, he does the actual old school printing press. Hence his name is custom screen printing. So he's got an actual old school custom screen printing machine, and he does actually do custom prints for people. But he does a lot of lives. So I think he generally does a live a day. And I met him on a friend's live, Kathleen's, and he will support your channel. He'll go watch your videos and he'll put a comment. He'll also jump on your lives. So I've also jumped on his lives. he does like to introduce you, and like he'll actually get you to jump on his live. So he doesn't use StreamYard, he uses another platform that he pays for. So he can stream to all the different, not just YouTube, he streams to a few different places. So he generally gets quite a few people on his live, so you get to meet different people. I met his brother, Dave, on the live. And yeah, so if you're not shy, he will introduce you. I jumped on the screen and, was on a live with him. And I can't do that on my phone because I'm just using my phone and I'm just using YouTube app. So I don't do that. Sometimes I use StreamYard on my phone, but it's a little bit complicated on the phone when you're walking to switch it from the back channel to the front channel. It's a bit of a pain. And then I can actually invite people on. So I have done that before, Wayne. I was on the beach here and I did a jumping for joy. Do you remember that Lavender? Lavender was jumping in the background on her, like at home. I had Alison jumping, and she's in Iowa, I believe. She was jumping in her bedroom. And then I had Mel, relaxing with Mel. She's in New Zealand. She was jumping in her kitchen. So we did my first jumping for joy, and I was jumping for joy on the beach. So it was like 3 people jumping for joy. And then there was Hazam was jumping in the background too. So there's a few of us all online jumping for joy. So that was pretty cool. So that was the only time I've done StreamYard on my lives walking on the beach. I normally use StreamYard just at home on my computer. But yeah, that's Wayne. Wayne will support your channel. Thank you, Wayne. You have shouted out my channel a few times, like in your community post. So he'll share my links and stuff like that. There is a new video, Wayne, if you want to check that out. You'll meet my mum. I had an adventure on Saturday and I did a quick edit. So yeah, check that out if anyone wants to check that out. So Lavender, if you want to see my mum, so my latest video, my long form video. So I've just started doing another long form video. I am here for long form video, guys. That is normally what I'm supposed to be doing on this channel, long form videos, adventures. But lives are easy to do. And I like to meet you guys, and you guys get to meet each other, and I get to know more about you guys. You get to know more about me. And yeah, it's win-win, right? I'm going to be walking anyway, regardless if I'm holding this phone doing a live. Okay, then we have Mike Adventure Sparks. So Mike Adventure Sparks I believe he's just posted a video on his hiking. Is that correct, Mike? Has it just gone up? He just said he finished the edit. So if he hasn't finished if he hasn't uploaded, it's about to be uploaded. So Mike is from Minnesota and he loves fishing, everything around the water. He likes being around the water. So I'm just having a joke. I mean, not joke. I'm putting it out there. I reckon his hike is probably near the water somewhere. I'm guessing. I don't know. Just maybe. So I don't know. We don't know much about the hike yet. We're going to see that soon. So Mike, yeah, he's a friendly guy. I've only known him for a couple of months now, but he's been a really nice participant in my lives. He's got to know you guys in the lives. He's got to know your channels too, and you guys have got to know his channels. He's my mate on Instagram also. So I know, Mike, you checked out all my Dancing with Dora videos on my Instagram the other day. Thank you. There's like a ton shit of them. Hopefully it made you laugh, Mike, okay? Tell me it made you laugh, because there's some pretty cringe-worthy dances there. So Lavender, you're homeschooled. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Susan homeschools her daughter. That's amazing. Team Australia, yeah. Aussie. Oi, oi. We also have Wayne. Wayne's in the chat too sometimes. He's a new guy. He's from Sydney. I don't know if he's still in there. He might be just lurking in the background. But I'd say our friend Paul will be jumping on soon. So he's leaving tonight, Lavender. So yeah, he did take a bit of our instruction from Susan and you and I. You know, guys are a little bit slow, right? I mean, guys in the chat, don't listen to this, okay? We're not talking about you guys. We're talking about Diego. But, yeah, he had his list, what he wanted to take. But he did take note, and he has implemented some of those things that we were talking about the other day. So I photocopied his passport last night. I gave him a big garbage bag. He actually downsized. He actually took my backpack because it's a little bit smaller. I don't know if he might change that because his backpack is looking a bit full, just saying. But anyway, he has rolled the clothes and he has, hey, Jazz, I'm heading to bed. I'm going to bed, mate. So, hey, guys, my friend Jazz Nomad TV, if you don't follow Jazz, you got to. She's my soul sister. So, Susan, I don't know if you've met Jazz. So, Susan is High Country Homestead. She's a homesteading channel, but she used to be a backpacker, and she's a backpacker at heart too. So, we were just been talking about backpacking in Germany. She went to Oktoberfest back in the 30s. Oh, yeah. She's like us, Jazz. One of our sisters, right? So Jazz is actually in Spain at the moment with one of our other friends. Meditation Motivation with Marie, which is our friend Marie. And sometimes she's on the chat. So I do her her meditations. And I know Lavender, you know her too, because you've been doing her meditation. So anyway, Jazz staying with Marie right now, staying at her house. That's so cool. Oh, I love that. I just love that my friends are getting together. And I'm so jealous because I'd love to be there too. But I'm there in spirit, right? And actually, I was there with you because apparently Jazz was saying that her and Marie were watching my video that I was telling you about, me and my mum weekend. I was on their TV, on Marie's TV, and Jazz and Marie are hanging out and giggle. I should have said, hey, how you going, girls? Because I should have known they would have been there. Damn it, I should have done that. But anyway, yeah, Jazz is doing lots of interesting things on her page all around. She's 50-something, backpacker, like me. She's my soul sister. She is, yeah, she's doing some interesting things. She's still working while she's traveling. So she's a digital nomad. She's a part-time digital nomad because she's not always traveling. She's obviously working. But she should go to bed. Ah, there you go, Mike. How you going, Mike? Sorry, not Paul. Why do I get Paul? Hey, Paul, how you going? Were you lurking in the background before? Because Deb said hello to you. And I said, Paul will, if you say hello to Paul, he'll come back later on and he'll say hi. I said, Paul's always here around 8 o'clock. Yep, Aussie, oi, oi. We've got the complete Aussie connection here today, guys, because Jazz has been to Sydney. She's been to Australia. We've got Lavender from Western Australia. We have Paul from Phillip Island, Victoria, way yonder. We have Susan from the Alpine region of Victoria, down that way. We have Wayne is from Sydney. He's probably lurking in the background. He's a new guy to the chat. Wayne, I don't know what his last name was. He's just jumped on the chat before. He's just been lurking in and out. So again, we've got and then I'm from Queensland. So Aussie, oi, oi. And then we have custom screen printing. We're just going to pretend you're Australian, Wayne, okay? We're just going to pretend. Mike is Australian also because he's been on the channel a lot. So he's now Australian. So we have a full Australian live today. I'm in Australia. You guys are all in Australia. The chat's all Australian. Aussie, oi, oi. Oh, okay. So Paul, Deb was here a little while ago. She's just gone out for a bit. And she said, is Paul here yet? And I said, look, he's not here yet, but he's probably lurking in the background. I said, I don't know Paul's routine in the morning, but I'm sure he has a sleep in and he, gently gets up. He has his coffee or his tea. Well, I think you're a coffee drinker, aren't you, Paul? And then he has his breakfast and then he lurks, he'll have the live going in the background. He's checking out a few different lives. I'm about right, aren't you? I'm Paul, hey. He's on a few different lives and then he jumps on mine. He'll say hello. He lurks in the background. He's listening. He's always listening. So I can't say anything really bad about Paul because he will listen, okay? Not that I say anything bad about Paul, but, if I'm having a joke about Paul, he'll come back later on and go, I heard you. Or he'll correct me. If he heard something I said and I got it wrong, he will let me know. Hey, Paul. So Paul's kind of like, he's like my mini manager. He doesn't know that, but he is. He's my little assistant. He tells me things that I should do. Like, for example, it's been helpful, very helpful, guys, and this is helpful for you guys. My lives have been crashing quite a lot. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'll be out, I'm roving around, right? And if I go around this corner, I'll drop out. And if I put my phone down, like a lot of the times, I'll go to the toilet because I'm drinking a lot of water, right? I've got the water open here now. And when I go to the toilet, I mute the live. I turn the camera around so you can't see anything. And when I put the camera down, it also drops out. So I've been having all these weird issues where it drops out. And look, I mean, it doesn't probably hurt me so much. I just turn the live back on again, right? But I do lose a few people, right, when I do that. And it pisses you off. I know that. So Paul has kind of sent me a few messages saying, hey, you should check this. Like, for example, make sure your app's updated. Make sure the actual YouTube's updated. And this is probably one of the biggest things that's probably helped Paul, which is your suggestion, was to close all the other apps that I've got on in the background. So, for example, I might be on a live. I'm not on I'm like, obviously, this is all I'm watching, the live. But I might have Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp playing in the background because I might have just checked that before I jumped on the live and I didn't close it down. So they're all using the bandwidth. These are words I'd never use, right? What is wrong with me? So bandwidth, all these things that they affect the live. So you can thank Paul for the more sturdy live, okay? So like I said, he's my assistant. So he gives me advice. So everyone in the chat, say thank you, Paul, because this is why we're getting a little bit more stabler connections. I'm not saying that it'll still disconnect. Trust me, it still will disconnect. Like if I go around the corner there, I can't stop because there's a black spot. Sometimes I get through it. Most times I don't. See you, Jazz. So I'm very close to the routine. See, I'm watching Paul. It's scary, isn't it? Big Brother's not watching, Dora's watching. And Paul's like, shit. That is scary, I'm sure. See, Wayne saying thank you, Paul. So yeah, I'm introducing channels. That's right, I forgot. Where am I up to? Paul, let's introduce Paul. I just introduced to Jazz. Jazz is gone. But yeah, as I said, guys, Jazz Nomad TV. She's my soul sister. I love, love, love Jazz. And I'm so, so jealous that her and Marie are catching up right now in Spain. But, you can't be everywhere, right? I'm here. And I've got to enjoy this moment, right? It's beautiful. I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm loving it. Okay, so let's introduce Paul, right? Hey, see you, Susan. I need to go. Lovely chat being here. I'll drink more water and probably chat with you all again next time. Yep, see you, Susan. So we obviously we chatted about Susan's channel. She's a homesteading channel and we're all trying to encourage her to do lives. So stay tuned. I think you'll see a live from Susan very soon. We're getting closer. So let's introduce Paul's channel, right, guys? Because I think Wayne, you probably haven't met. So Paul, D Australia, is Paul. Custom screen printing is Wayne, when I mention Wayne. Because, some people's channels are not so, they don't have their name attached to it, right? So Paul D Australia, because I think most people in the chat know Paul D Australia, but Wayne won't know him. So Paul is from Victoria. So he's a fellow Australian. And he's been really supporting my channel, so I really appreciate him. And like I said, he's very sarcastic. He will give me shit, and I'll give him shit back. It's just what we do in Australia, guys, okay? So he's not having a go. He's very nice. This is what we do in Australia. We give shit to each other, and nothing is, overly serious. It's just kind of, a bit of fun. Bit of banter. Let's go with that. Bit of banter. But what you'll find on Paul D's channel. So guys, I'm not saying you guys should sub for sub, guys. Don't sub for sub because it'll hurt your channel, right? But then I'm not a YouTube guru. Do what you want. But yeah, sub people because you want to sub them, right? And you like their content and you like them. That's why I find that in this chat, you guys get to know each other and then you build that connection. Like I love seeing I know Paul, Nicola supports your channel a lot. And Nicola, sometimes is on our chat. She's a channel that does cooking channel. Like she does a lot of cooking from Malaysia. She's living in Italy at the moment. And so I love that, you know, my friends are supporting my other friends. So, you know, it's nice that you guys all support each other. So yeah, what you'll find on Paul D's channel is he does walks around his island. So he lives on an island called Phillip Island. It's not like a tropical island when you think of Australia. It's more bush like this. This is probably very similar to how, I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Phillip Island, but I'm saying it's got like native trees like this. There'll be a lot of birds, wildlife. I don't think it's overly built up, Paul, is it? I think it's 29 kilometres wide. So it's not a huge island. Not a huge island. And he does a lot of walks. He does 2 walks a day, guys. And sometimes he will videotape those walks depending on what he sees. So sometimes he sees pelicans. So, you know, I see 1 or 2 pelicans. Paul has to one-up me. He has millions of pelicans on his videos. He has shown wallabies, different birds, different rock formations. So there's a beautiful rock that he videotaped, and he said, you know, it looks like a love heart. So we kind of say we call it Lavender's Rock, because Lavender in the chat is very, very, I think she's more wiser than her age, I think. Would you say that, Paul? And, you know, I walked past a rock one day and I'm just like kicking it, because that's what I do. I walk at the end of the beach and I kick this rock. And Lavender's like, did you not notice that that's actually the shape of like a heart? And I'm like, no, I had never noticed. So the next time I was walking past, I noticed it's a heart. It's a heart-shaped rock. It's just upside down, right? So I'd never noticed it. So it's one of those things like, you know, when you sit down and you smell the roses, or, you know, stop and just reflect, you see more things. That's why you know, I know I should be walking, I should be exercising, but, you know, sometimes it's nice just to sit and listen and watch and see what you see. So anyway, Lavender does that. She's probably been a really good thing for our chat. So Paul there's a video, he's done a short showing some rocks that actually have love hearts. So that was kind of inspired by Lavender. So Paul will also show his videos from his previous trips. So like there's some footage of Thailand. He's actually planning a trip to Bali soon. So watch the space. He's going to show us some stuff from Bali and see what Paul gets up to in Bali. And Paul, if you don't know, custom screen printing is Wayne. So Wayne is from America. Oh, where are you from, Wayne? Maybe I don't know. I don't actually know where you're from in America. That's probably why I don't know. So Wayne he actually has a custom screen print, like he actually has an old school printing press. You know, the old school, like, you know, prints. So he does some prints for some YouTubers. And he does a lot of live. So he has he doesn't use StreamYard. He does some other streaming platform. He streams things, not just YouTube. He probably does Facebook and different things. He's like a networker. He likes to shout out people. He likes to have a chat. If you happen to jump on see his live one day, he'll ask if you want to jump on. So I did that the other day and jumped on his live, and I met his brother, and I met a few people that were listening to his live. They've come over to my chat and said, hey, you know, Wayne sent me over. So I hope they watch my videos, and, you know, anyway, I've checked out their videos. So guys, I just put a new video up. It's been a month since I've actually made a video. It's not the video that I was talking about. I was supposed to be putting a video together of Ibiza in Spain, but that's still in the works. I did a video of an adventure I did with my mum on the weekend. So my mother and we went to an Indonesian restaurant, and they had a whole street food vibe. And then I went to the St. Lucia Uni. It's very, very cool uni. It's a very old uni, and it's spectacular. Anyway, check that video. It's not very long. It's only 15 minutes. Check it out. Give it a like. Please watch the video. Don't just like the video. I'd love you to go watch the video. I did a really quick edit. I'm trying to do more raw cut videos, because I'm going to start doing a few changes to my channel where I'm kind of going to be doing a few little adventures, and I'm going to try to make those videos on my phone using iMovie. So I did an example last night, and that's the video that you're going to watch. On top of it's the main one on my video list. But I'm going to be doing a little bit more raw it's vlogging, I guess. It'd be vlogging, not sitting down and doing like massive big edits of my holiday trip. So they're still coming, guys. So there's videos coming from Ibiza, Indonesia, Samoa, and my trips to Europe this year. So they will come one day. But I'm just adding in some little vlogs along the way, just so you can see like what quirky things I get up to on the weekends or on my adventures. Hey, Kathleen. How you going, Kathleen? So Kathleen and Wayne know each other. That's how I know Wayne, through Kathleen. So Wayne has actually supported Kathleen's channel for like years and years and years. So Kathleen's Place has been a YouTuber for a long couple of years, like maybe 6 or 7 years, maybe, Kathleen. She used to be known as a different name. Familiar, something familiar. So, but she changed her name back to Kathleen's Place because it's more about Kathleen and her channel and her life. So let's talk about Kathleen's channel, since now we've been talking about everyone's channel. I mean, I know everyone in the chat probably knows Kathleen, but if there's someone in the background lurking that don't know Kathleen, Kathleen's Place is obviously a channel about Kathleen. Kathleen is in Canada. She's in the state of Saskatchewan. I can never say that right, but I don't want to say it right because it just sounds fun when I say that. She's from Canada. She's actually fluent in Espanol. So on her channel, you will find her talk about her relationships, her trauma that she has got from relationships, from church. I hope you don't mind me saying that, but there is some trauma from church. She shares some really raw and vulnerable moments in the hope that she'll help other people. So just because you might not be, overly religious, but I think, like, for example, I'm not overly religious, but I actually get a lot of value from watching and hearing what Kathleen talks about her experiences in the church and what she's gone through and her relationships, highs and lows. Her husband is a Mexican, so that's why she's Hispanic. So her children are half Mexican. So she can actually, she can. I did not know that she could speak Spanish. So I jumped on one of her lives one day. We did a live together, actually. I've done a live on my channel with her, and then I've jumped on her channel and did a live with her. And from that, I've got to know Kathleen a lot better, a lot more. She's become a good friend. We're Facebook friends now, mate. So we are friends. And that doesn't mean like that. I'm just having a joke. Like, just because we're Facebook friends doesn't mean we're friends, right? But what I'm trying to say is that we've become pretty good pals. She's my pal. But if you're interested in seeing just a different way of, like, just because I'm not overly religious, I get value. Like, I'm just saying, you don't actually have to be overly religious or be very similar in that kind of way to have to watch that channel. Like, you can get something from a channel that has nothing to do with you. That's what I'm trying to say, that there's value in channels that have nothing to do with you. You can learn things from that. Truck, you're making a lot of noise. Oh, thanks, Paul. Actually, a few people have said that Paul, I'll get sidetracked. Paul, you know how I've been having trouble with, like, rubbish in my bag and then my battery pack getting wet, my keys getting wet? Guess what I've got now? I have a waterproof bag, Paul, and I actually need to get my battery pack out because, and that's Paul. Say thank you to Paul for this, because I always run out of battery on my lives. And I'm down to like 14%. So we have a battery pack. Guys, I'm not into selling products or anything like that. That's not me. But this brand, Cineneck or whatever you want to call that. I love this because, it tells you that I've got some power. That's good because I have. But this is really cool, right? Look, watch this, guys. I've got the connection for basically Android and the new iPhone. And then on the other side, it's got iPhone. So I have a new iPhone 16. So they now use the same connection as Android. So I just plug it in while I'm sitting here. Just bear with me while I fight with my phone. There we go. And then I'm connected. I've got charge. I'll put the phone down this way so it's not covering the phone. So again, you can thank Paul for that one. My manager, my mini manager, telling me that I should carry a battery pack around with me. I mean, I don't take all of Paul's advice because, I'm a rebel, right? Normally I put my bucket a fish like here, along with shells and all the different stuff. I take it. This is my old phone. That's right. Right. He's cute. So I carry it so that I can take videos of things if I want to take photos of stuff. And then I've got my keys in there. And that way it doesn't get wet. So this was a gift actually from one of my girlfriends. She gave me a whole set. There's all different sizes and they're waterproof. Yeah, nice and tight and handy. So now we're charged. I have a late start. It's now 8:31 a.m. here in southeast Queensland. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm at Scotts Point. So we're looking down at the point down there, and this is just a really nice... Oh, here we go, guys. Look at this. We have little rainbow lorikeets. Hey, Mike, I'd love to know what brand that is because I used to have one that had a solar panel on it too, and it also had a speaker on it too. When I lived in Mexico, I got it at a festival actually. I bought it when I went to see a dance DJ, and they were selling them there. It was amazing. So I could go to the beach and charge my battery pack while it charged my phone, and then I could play music through it too. And I haven't been able to find one similar. It basically wasn't very... I mean, it worked for a while, then it died. Probably overuse. It probably got wet, or probably spilt beer all over it. Knowing me, when I was living in Mexico, that's what I was doing at the beach. I'd be having a beer on the beach. But yeah, Mike, if you could send me a picture of on Instagram, I'd love to know the brand that is. Because that's what I want. I want one of those solar panel ones. Guys, I don't know if we're mating or we're fighting. What's happening here, guys? I actually don't know if I think that one of them's a bit sick. She's walking funny. Or maybe she's a bit bigger. Maybe she's pregnant. I don't know. What's going on here? She's just walking really funny. No, actually, I don't think so. I think this is a mating game. I think he's fluffing up his feathers. Yeah. Oh, there we go. They're playing hard to get, guys. Yeah, they're fine. You were just watching a mating ritual of the rainbow lorikeets. You know how I like to see animals mate? I am weird. I am a voyeurist. I do like to see animals mate. It's called OnlyFans of Animals, and I'm there for it. And people will get that. I captured platypuses mating. It was amazing. Amazing. I have not downloaded that video yet. I actually have to download that and share that and make that into a proper video. That was an amazing day, guys. Paul, you were there, and Mike, I think you were there too. Yeah, couldn't tell you where that live was. It's buried in all the lives I've done. It occurs to me that I should actually do a playlist called Animals, because then I could, show that this is the koalas, that's the kangaroos, that's the platypus, that's the pelicans. I'll get there. All right, well, it is 8:35. I might put that in the bucket. I think we are going to go back down to the beach, guys. Oh, look at that combi van. Cool. Oh, how cool is that combi van? Nice colour too. Wow. Wow. I'm obsessed with combi vans, guys. My dad was a big lover of the V-dubs. He had a few little Beetles back in the day. I think he drove his Beetle all around Australia, literally. Then he upgraded and bought a brand new Angora V-dub combi van. You know, the ones with the pop-up, that car that we just saw, that vehicle, but with the pop-up roof, the fully converted, had a fridge, bed, sink. It was awesome. So he bought that brand new back in the day. It was the apple to his eye. He loved that car. And yeah, we used to go camping in it and sleeping in it. It was great. Went up to Cairns in it, the whole family. So my mum, me and my sister, yeah, drove around. Was driven to Sydney lots of times from Brisbane. And the only reason he gave it up was because it started blowing a lot of oil. And because he's a bit of a greenie, he loves the environment and, trees and nature. He was a bit, not an icon, but like he was well known in this area because of the work he used to do. And there was a write-up, back when people used to actually read the newspaper, right? There was a local newspaper. And you know how people would write in and write stories about local things? Well, apparently someone wrote a story